A very warm welcome on this Sunday, another sunny Sunday, another beautiful and blessed day. It is the day the Lord has made. We shall be glad and rejoice in it. If you are new here, I am Jacqueline, and this is my channel where I share my life, my lifestyle, especially home life, cooking, self-care, traveling, and anything that I feel is worth sharing, including parenting. And yeah, join me on this vlog where I am finally cooking a very popular jollof rice. Now, I have been cooking jollof rice for some years now. However, I have to say, I have had to perfect the technique. I have had to get jollof rice. I have made mistakes, and I'll talk about that later in the video. And finally, I think I am ready to bring it on board. Yes, your girl Jacqueline, Ugandan cooks jollof rice. East meets west. Guys, I think it is an art. I saw a Nigerian lady cooking, and she said there is no right or wrong way. This is the way I have come to learn to do. This is the way I find easiest. So if you see anything different from what you do, just remember that cooking is an art, as long as the end result is edible, it is tasty, and it is similar to what it should be. Now, I started, as you saw, with hot oil, onions in. The mixture you see here, I had already frozen it from some weeks ago, and it hadn't defrosted totally, so that's why you see me putting the block in for it to melt down. As you can see, it has already almost totally melted in. And that mixture that you saw first with the oil, then the onions, I then went on and to add my tomato puree, followed by my spices such as the bouillon. If you're adding Maggi, you have Maggi. I didn't have Maggi. And then I added, here we are, the thyme. And it's all pretty much self-explanatory. Now, the reason I cook jollof rice is because we have come to love jollof rice. We have come to love some Nigerian dishes, and so the influence has caught on. I myself have been to Nigeria before, and I've been going to Nigerian church, so it's nothing new to me. Nigerian food is nothing brand new. There are many dishes which I have tried to cook before. There are many dishes like efore rather I absolutely love that I've cooked before, and I would definitely try some many other dishes. Guys, this rice was washed already and drained, so I removed all the starch. Now the reason why it looks blocked is because I put it to drain and it sat there for a while. Now, one of the things I found helps a lot is that the rice needs to be drained well. It also needs to be washed well to remove the starch so that it doesn't stick. Some of the secrets for jollof rice is for it not to stick. And I think the base of that secret comes from the amount of oil you use. One. Two, I think the next thing is the jollof, the rice needs to be washed really well. I think if you can get those two right and then get the base right, you have got something coming up. However, like I said, it is an art. It is a skill. It's something that takes a while, I think, to perfect. If you haven't grown up cooking jollof rice, I think it's something that it can take a while. However, it's not impossible if you're not Nigerian to not be able to cook jollof rice, because honestly, to buy it is expensive, and if you like it, then the best thing for me and my children, my family, is to learn how to cook it. Follow me along, guys, and catch up with me for the rest of the day. Stay back because I do go on to show you my garden updates for those of you who love gardening.
Nikikutazama nasikia moyo wangu kuna furaha, nikikuona pembeni yangu nasikia moyo wangu na furaha. Ukienda mbali nami nasikia nimeumia, hata ukiniacha saa moja ni kama mwaka mzima shidani. Ukiniacha saa moja ni kama mwaka mzima shidani. Usiniache nakutamani, ukiwa karibu yangu sikia moyo una furaha. Elekeze mama, hata waniseme mimi usiku mchana watala, nikiwa na wewe sijali mimi maneno yao. Mapenzi ni kama kidonda kinauma, ukiwa mbali nami nasikia moyo wangu naumia. Ukiwa karibu yangu nasikia na furaha, ukiwa pembeni yangu moyo wangu napata faraja. Faraja yangu ni wewe, usiende mbali nami nakuhitaji. Naumia, naumia, roho yangu naumia, naumia. Nikikukosa pembeni yangu nachanganyikiwa, hata barabara natembea mimi nachanganyikiwa. Wakiniuliza barabara ni mimi nakosa jibu ya kuwapea. Kila dakika nafikiria kama sikuone karibu yangu, roho yangu imejaa penzi lako bila mipaka. Penzi lako limekaa ndani ya roho yangu kama nanga la jiwe baharini. Wewe ni mali ya roho yangu kuliko dhahabu, wewe ni mali ya roho yangu kuliko vyote duniani. Nakupenda sana, nakupembeleza, nikikuona kwa mbali umependeza kama malaika. Nikikuona ni kama malaika, nikikutazama ni kama malaika yangu. Naumia, 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 naumia.
And so here we are, and one of the things that I have learned and need to do to not disturb the rice and to not make it go mushy is to use a fork. I find that using the wooden spoon may disturb the rice and make it a bit mushy. We also don't want to disturb the starch too much. We don't want to excite the starch in the rice too much, and I think that's one of the things that I do. Now I have a confession here, and I find that most times my rice does tend to stick to the pan so much, and this is why I use the fork and I go right down and kind of scrape it. I come from top to bottom, making sure that I touch the bottom of the pan and make sure that it's not burning. And I use foil paper. I might have mentioned this earlier, just to seal in more steam. Remember that we are not using any extra water in jollof rice. It mainly cooks with the blended tomatoes, the bell peppers, scotch bonnet, the ginger, the garlic, base. That's the base for the rice. That really is what cooks it. And as I said earlier on, the first time I did jollof rice, I added water in it. Guys, I added the equal amounts of water to rice and I made mash. I'm not embarrassed to say it because cooking is something that you've got to also be ready to make mistakes. That is how you learn. If we say that we are perfect and we never make a mistake in cooking, then we
Yep.
are not
So
artists, because
guys,
cooking is
there
art.
is
So there we
my
have it.
food finally cooked, and the verdict: jollof rice by your very own Jacqueline, Ugandan cooks jollof rice. Honestly, it has taken me a lot to get to this point of jollof rice, and I remember when I first started cooking jollof rice, I made a mess of it. I mean a mess, because I added water. After making the entire, um, you know when you blend the tomatoes, you blend your ginger, you blend your pepper, bell pepper, you put in your actual chili pepper and everything else that needs to go in. I added water. So let's say you have 2 cups of rice, you then add another 2 cups of rice and 3 cups of water, to 3 cups of water, right? That's what I did. It was crazy, guys. It was crazy. So now I know better. I made a mess, but now I am perfecto mundo. Come with your plate. It's nice, guys. It is nice, I have to say so myself. And the meat on top, this is nice. Come out in singles. And the other thing is, I thought I was meant to use palm oil. I mean, some years ago. So the first jollof rice I cooked using actually palm oil. Somebody needs to correct me. Kitchen work done. Let's turn to the gardening updates. My plants are doing relatively well. I have been trying to water as much as I can during this very dry spell. I have 2 tomatoes at this very end here, where against the wall. These look like cherry tomatoes. These are not my usual type of longer or taller plant tomatoes. They're cherry, I believe. And these ones here, I think, are the bigger type, the taller one. I'm a little behind with them, but let's hope that I can get something out of them. The berry plant and the passion fruit plant are here at the back, but I don't do much. I don't water them. I don't do much with these at the back. If I trim them now, it will probably start fruiting, which is not an issue. I just haven't had a chance to do that. My potato plants are doing really well. They've flowered. They've really flowered a lot. And my pepper plant here, which was reserved in the house in winter, is catching up really slowly, guys. Really slowly. And all in all, it's not too bad. My grape needs to be cut back. I have seen about 3 or 4 grape bunches. This is still a baby grape in its 2nd or 3rd year. I think it's the 3rd year. And the idea is to just keep cutting it back so that it establishes itself. I've done this once this year, and it needs to be done again. Then I think it might produce more and grow probably. I mean, it will help with its growth. My potatoes are near mint. They are around mint, and so is my grape plant. And I think, I hope my potatoes and grapevine do not get diseased, because my mint is producing a fungi, powdery fungi. yeah, I need to cut it back and throw away whatever that is, and hopefully it will correct itself. It doesn't seem to have affected the rest of the plants though, so that's a good thing. At the very back, you can see me going back and forth, trying to water the plants at the back. There are the grapes. I don't know if you've seen them there. I'm trying to show you grape plants there. Yeah, somewhere there we go, is the grape plant. Yeah, gardening remains an exciting part of my life here in the UK. It gets me out in the sun. And there we go, there's the powdery stuff on my mint, and it's coming right through the grape plant. My berries have produced well. They also need some trimming back, so that there's still the leaves are turning yellow and all that. I think that's sunburn. They've still got a chance to produce more. Here's another tomato plant. Again, I think this is a cherry plant. It's flowered a lot, but there's no fruits on it. And here we have my red long pepper, which is still very, very tiny. We are in the middle, almost in the middle of July. I don't know when I will get peppers out of that, but we've still got time. July, August, September can still be really warm. Sometimes even early October can be warm, so hopefully we'll get something out of it. Tomatoes there, I believe these might be the bigger ones. Yeah, so this pretty much, guys, is it for this Sunday. And I've also got here this passion fruit blackberry plant at the back, and some more potatoes on one side of the fence. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I love to hear from you, gardeners and everybody else. Thank you so much for commenting and for keeping me here. Until next time, God bless you.